Hello all, it's Jonathan here, DJ Puff the Third. Yes, what is that in front of me? It's a bicycle, yes. I decided to go to Wimbledon today. Well, that's where I got my lunch. And then after that I thought I'd get in a 93 bus and I'll go to Pig's Alley graffiti walk. I got the 93 bus and got off a little bit too early in the dip, and then got a drink and a chocky bar, and then got back on the 93 and got off at the Trafalgar pub, which is right at the end of Pig's Alley. So I walked down to Pig's Alley and everything is completely sealed off. There's major gas works, gas pipe works, fencing everywhere, and standalone sentry security cameras, which I thought, my God, that's a bit excessive. And I'm a bit of a distrustful person anyway. And I even walked through the American estate again. Can never remember the name of it. And all the other entrances, every single one of the other entrances was completely sealed off, you know. And I just think that, yeah, it may be gas mains works, but I'm such a distrustful person, I really am. And I'm just thinking they're going to use that as an excuse to get rid of all the concrete slatted fencing at Pig's Alley. I just know it. I mean, it might be wrong, but me being such a distrustful person, I think that's what they're going to do, because you look at behind the concrete slatted fencing, which is probably 1930s, there's already security fencing there, so I'm pretty sure that that's going to disappear. And I went through the American estate again, never remember the name of it, to the other end, again completely shut off. And I thought, sod this, I'll go back to the station. And then walking down one of the paths and looked to the side, and there was a bicycle laying in the dry ditch there, literally at the side of the path. And I thought, flipping it, that's an old one. And there's me thinking it's an old rod brake bike, but it turns out that it wasn't rod brakes, it was cable brakes. And there's me trying to guess the age of it. Originally I thought it was 1950s, but the rear hub, it's 3-speed Sturmey Archer, which means it's going to have the date stamped on the back, and it's completely crudded over. And I had a bit of a rub when I walked in the park. I got as far as the park and I had a rub. 1960. This thing is 1960. And I looked at the front of it, and actually I thought it was Carlton, but it's not. Carto. I'm really confused. I'll have to figure out the make of the bike. Clarion, it's something I'm not really familiar. I think originally it was blue, but looking at the other side is silver on it. And I think that it's been outdoors or in a greenhouse or shed for so long, the paint's just faded and faded and faded. And it's just, I mean, this is a rat looker. This is what you call a rat looker, because there's just so much rust on it, and yet it looks to be bulletproof, even though there's so much rust on it. You know that these tyres, if the valves are good, these tyres are going straight up and they're not going down again. The front, they may even be the original, I'm not convinced, but they may be the original mud guards, front and back. But this mudguard, the one at the front is fucked. It's completely smashed, and it's either duct tape or I turn the wheel, drill it, get a nut and bolt with a couple of small washers, and that will probably hold these. So if there's anyone online now, thanks for joining me. Don't often do lives. I don't know if this is blocky or not, probably is, but string around the top there. I had to literally undo the gear adjuster, whatever you call it, I've forgotten now, and I had to wind it back in because it was completely loose. I had to wind it back in. It's in now, but the light on the back is in the way of the cable, and also the actual shifter is going to need to be moved just a little bit further that way because you can't engage third gear. It's the brake lever's in the way of the gear adjuster. Or, yeah, seems to be tape around the top here and there. The brake blocks are probably original and they're completely knackered, both front and back. Oh dear. The bottom bracket has got the little lifter to put the oil in, so you can put the oil straight into the bottom bracket. The pedals on the right hand side are literally, one of them's knackered. In fact, the pedals are pretty much knackered on the right hand side. The saddle is a leather Bristol, and that's knackered as well. But the bike in its integrity, if I can get these tyres pumped up and the gears working and try and sort out this front mudguard so it doesn't keep collapsing. It's a rat looker, yeah, but these things were built to last. These bicycles were built to last. I mean, no, I didn't get to see any graffiti today or do a video of it, but I ended up finding this, and no, I've not really been cycling much recently, nor have I really been feeling well enough, but I never leave a vintage bicycle behind, never. I'm not like that. I don't leave vintage bikes behind. Let's see if his front tyre goes up at least. Let's see if I can get 30 psi into it. Yeah, it's not really staying on, but come on. And naturally it's got the Dunlop valve, Woods Continental valve. It's basically how all bicycles should have stayed. Yep, it's going up. Let's see if I can get 30 psi in it. That's a little bit more than 30 psi. Look at that, straight up. Original dust cap from when the bike was made. So that's the front tyre, straight up. Unbelievable. And it will probably stay up as well because this is an old bike and they're practically bulletproof. What else is there? Not much really. I've gone through pretty much all of it. Yeah, maybe. I think maybe this might need tightening up at the top. I thought it was a Carlton. but it looks like Clarion. I'll have to look up Clarion. It's not a bike brand that I'm familiar with, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to have to sort that out. Put a nut and bolt and 2 washers to keep this together. And yeah, this back wheel, I'll try to, I think it's buckled, to be honest. Moving along, I think it's buckled, pretty badly buckled. I'll see if I can move it a little bit, but I'm pretty sure this wheel is actually buckled pretty badly, but we'll have to see. See the gear adjuster, the shifter, and it comes through here, and it's actually a wheel. And I've got this on the 1948 Rally, where it actually goes around a wheel, but as I said, this light is in the way of it, and it won't engage 3rd gear until I move it across a bit more. 3rd, 2nd, 1st, it just about done it, but is it moving the other end? I think it is. I'm still going to move it very, very slightly though. And of course, lots of WD-40 and rubbing. And then after that, we've got a rat looker. Basically, we've got a rat looker bicycle. And these hangers, the hangers are going to need to be bent back into shape. Ah, kinky boots. Not seen kinky boots for a while. Yeah. My one weakness, vintage bicycles. But the tyres, yeah, they're going straight up. I can tell you that. That front one went straight up. This valve might actually be knackered. We'll have to see. I can hear some squealing. I can hear a bit of squealing. So this one may not. Unless pumping it up shifts something, which isn't impossible. Let's have a go at the rear tyre. I think it's gone on to get 30 psi again. Oh my god! I think this valve might be knackered. Try again. Nah. We may have a dodgy valve on the rear. Push it the other way. Oh, hang on. It's going up. That's just over 30 psi. And as I said, straight up. Look at that. Will it stay up though? May do. And now I might have to try and in the frame adjust the axle in the frame, see if I can straighten it out, but I think it's buckled. I'm pretty sure this is buckled. Oh, that's very, oh dear, that's very, very buckled on the rear. I'm not going to have much scope for, wow. I can try and move it a bit, but that is super buckled. I have to see what happens. Whether I'll spend money on fixing it up. The back wheel, that's I think is the only thing wrong with it. The back wheel is super buckled. Yeah, look at that. That is super wobbly. Right. C-L-A-R-I-O. Yeah, Clarion. It's Clarion Cycles. Not one I've heard of before. Bit of Cornish pasty on there. Wow. Oh yeah, and on the earlier bikes, you'd have a leather strap at the front, and the leather strap will basically be to keep the front axle clean. Yeah, and I think we're gonna call it a day. Well, what a find. But I'm terrible for bicycles, old bicycles. If I find a vintage bicycle anywhere, it's coming with me basically. Oh, I wonder if anyone said hello. Matt JC, Hermione Schaefer. My hubby has a 1960s bicycle. So I've had a few people. Shame that I couldn't have said hello, but looks like we might have had a few people. I don't often go live, and I don't know what the picture quality is going to be, but can I look at chat? Live chat. Nice found, mate. Well done there. Can't beat old classics. My hubby has a 1960 sports bike. Yeah, well, I definitely think it's worth doing a bit of work on it, and hopefully, I tell you what, even though it was a bit deflated, not seeing the graffiti today, getting this back on the train, literally having to go from Motspur Park to Clapham Junction, then Clapham Junction to Croydon, and then Croydon to Nord Junction, it certainly brought up the adrenaline a little bit. Hello, baby girl. Oh, it's a baby girl. My Esma Florine. Yeah, certainly gave me a bit of an adrenaline. Getting it back, I think that's what fueled me all the way. But yeah, Clarion Cycles, never heard of that before. Anyway, gonna knock it on the head now. Try and upload this. Hopefully it won't take 2 days like the last live, but I've been going a while, at least 15 minutes or more, must be. So we're going to see if I can try and upload this, and there'll be other videos. I know I've put up a lot of VR chat ones and Guy Online. There's still more to come, I'm afraid, but you've got to go with the rough to get to the interesting stuff, and this is one of the interesting videos. Anyway, I think I'm going to end it here. Thanks for joining me, and we'll catch you on the next live, whenever that may be. Bye for now. If I can stop it. Can I stop it? Oh, Matt, thanks for coming here. Oh, pretty kitty, thanks, hamsters. Oh my! I hope I can stop this and not have it completely crash. Thanks for everyone for stopping by.